Okay, it says you are live. All right, good morning, guys. Let's clap. Let's clap, by the way, guys. Oh, let's be surprised. It's a surprise visit. Good morning, guys. It is what is today? Today is Thursday, July the 27th, 2023. 17 minutes after y'all. Welcome to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, feature wake up team. That's with Cindy J and Miss Miko. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right, guys? The chat room is wide open. You can call in 570-982-6950. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? We are back. Come on into the room and let's have a good time. Cindy J, good morning. You're looking great. Good to see you. And how are you?
Good morning, Sean. I'm doing great. Good morning to everybody listening. We have an amazing show for you today on this Throwback Thursday. We're going to get started with Sunny Says, where I will let you know what is going on in Hollywood and entertainment news. We're also going to have Front Page News with Sunny J, where I will let you know what's going on locally, nationally, and globally. So you want to make sure you stick around for that. Hey, Miss Miko. Morning, girl.
Hey, Cindy J. Good morning, y'all. We guess who's back? Y'all, it's us. It's Shawn Harvey Morning Show for the Wake Up Team. Me and Cindy J, we are the Wake Up Team, and we feel so good to be back with you guys today. We've been going for a minute now. We back with the jump off. What's up? Let's go, Shawn. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna get started with weather right now in Bethlehem, PA, where we broadcast the show live. It's a little bit cloudy. It's a high of 78 degrees, but don't you fret. You're going to get that heat back. It's going to go to a high of 90, but no rain in sight. So hooray, no rain. New York City, you guys are under an excessive heat warning until 9 p.m. tonight. So please, if you can stay indoors in AC, please stay indoors and be careful. And also, there's a big air quality alert happening in New York City now. The fires in Canada still are burning, so you guys be careful out there. But you want to stick around with us, the only place on earth where you get your morning started right.
All right, the only place on earth where you get your morning started right, I guess you need to drink a lot of water and stay safe out there. And if you're sick and you elderly, stay in the house. And if you know you can't walk down the block and you know it's 100 degrees outside, stay your ass home if you can. We
Period.
pray, we pray that you guys have air conditioning. Hopefully that you do, because there's two people out there that don't have air conditioning in their house or controlled climate. We pray for you guys. Now, you got your industrial fan running, but we'll get into that later. First of all, we're back. We're doing two a week until September when we come back and we'll figure everything out. But we do appreciate you guys and we do miss you. Now, if you're looking at the screen, it's not an optical illusion. Cindy J, Miss Miko, and Shawn Harvey, we all got tans. It's not that we got skin tans. Usually it's always Miss Miko with the tans because she's always traveling. But now all three of us, you got a trifecta of tans right now, right? And most folks know why. We were down in Panama for the 5 days last week and in the beginning of this week down at Ultimate Soul Escape 10th year anniversary. Let's clap for that. Now, Cindy J and Miss Miko are world travelers and buddies now. Uh, and they opted out with the Ultimate Soul Escape group to not fly with the group. They actually, everybody, Cindy J and Miss Miko, they flew business class to Panama. Who the hell flies business class to Panama is fascinating to me. Those are the type of planes that only got four people sitting in the business class looking crazy.
Oh my God. It was 8.
So they were all in their glory, guys, for flying down there business class before we get into the trip, and then flying back business class. While the rest of us took the bus, like I said on stage, at JFK, and 99 of us, we did the connecting flight, and thank God we all got there on time.
Right.
Now, sitting J and Miss Miko throughout the trip before we get into the trip, try to make your boy feel a little inadequate. They started with the first class baby, and we begun, we Ubering to the airport, acting real different. And I wasn't even mad at them because I'm not a hater, but I was like, like, okay, enough is enough, ladies. I get it, first class. Come to find out that we took 17 connected flights and we almost beat Cindy J and Miss Miko back to the New York area.
Yeah.
On their first class flight. And they actually left earlier than we did.
We can't control the weather.
So then I get a text before we get into the trip, I get a text from Miss Miko, like, yo, it's like 10:30 at night. She's like, we're still in Washington, D.C. I thought they were home in bed already. So we're going to start with Miss Miko. Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning start right. Before we get into the trip, we're going to talk about the trip in the trip. Miss Miko, what time did you get home Monday? Was it Monday? Tuesday? Wednesday? What time did you get?
Funny. You're being funny, Shawn.
What time did you get home Wednesday morning?
We got home at 2 a.m. Right, Cindy? Was it about 2 a.m.?
Yeah.
It was late. It was really late.
We got home at 4:15 in the morning.
You did not get home at 4:15.
We sure did. At 4:15 we got home. So we got home 2 hours ahead of we got home 2 hours behind you guys. When you was on a straight flight from which 8 o'clock in the morning?
9:30, Cindy?
9:30. And what time was you guys supposed to arrive at Newark Airport?
4:30.
4:30 in the afternoon. And you got home at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, Shawn.
Okay. Cindy J, what the hell happened on your business class trip, that direct flight from Panama to Newark, where you were supposed to land at 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
What
and
happened?
You didn't get home at 2 o'clock in the morning. What happened?
It was total incompetence on United's side. But of course, they're going to blame it on the weather. What the original reason is because we were literally an hour away from home and they diverted us to Washington, D.C. because there was a storm in Newark and supposedly Newark's airport was shut down.
Right.
Okay. Which I don't even, my light went out. Which I don't even know really what that means for real. So there was no flights, but then they were saying that, okay, we're going to get to something in like an hour. Like they're going to get us a new plane and we'll be up in the air within like an hour or 2 hours. And that didn't happen. It was a bunch of waiting and then like just a bunch of like stupid stuff that ended up piling up, and it was just a big waiting game. And it was just, I don't even want to go back there. I'm like so annoyed when I think about it. I'm still finishing my email. I'm finishing it today.
Yeah, it's hard. Send me a copy, sis.
Now, before we get back into the trip, so I feel for you ladies. Like when you, especially on a direct flight, and then you're diverted to a different city, and then you got to sit there and wait, and then get back on the plane and head on home. For us, it was almost a totally different experience.
What happened, Shawn?
We left at 10:30 or 11 o'clock. We left the resort at before 11. We arrived at the airport about a little bit before 12. It took about 45 minutes to drive to the airport. They checked our bags. It's weird. I checked all my bags and they didn't charge me a dime going each way. And I just still figuring out why. But I didn't question it. And I think I knew, if I was to take a guess, I think it was just because there was just so many people with so many bags and we had these groups that they would just get the bags on the plane so we could get out of here. We connected and we took the plane from Panama to, and welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning start right. To Panama to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
We arrived at Miami at 7 o'clock in the evening because we went back into Eastern Standard Time. And then it took us 45 minutes to get the luggage, go through the customs and the whole thing that you do. And then our plane was delayed for an hour, and we get on the plane at 10 o'clock in Miami to head to JFK. I landed at JFK. That's why it took me so long to get home. And we got home, we landed at about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then we have to wait for the bags and all that. And then we have to drive back to Pennsylvania.
Right.
And that's why, we got home so late. But I was more concerned about you guys because, you had that direct flight. But I'm glad that everyone got home safe. There was terrible problems in Atlanta. A lot of people was canceled. Out of Atlanta, they canceled a lot of flights.
I think there was like a tornado funnel or something happening in this area on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. That's why we had to land where we did.
Now,
was that it, Cindy? It was a tornado funnel. Something was happening, right?
Yeah, the weather in DC started getting bad because the weather was coming from Newark, apparently. So they were saying that there was like funnel clouds or whatever headed our way.
The people that I was talking to were saying that there was no weather problems in the New York area the whole day.
Did they lie to us?
No.
I wouldn't put it past. I always say they be lying at the airports. They blame it on the weather because we don't know any better. What are we going to say? That's like I always say it. That's the only thing you can't argue with, right? With airlines. In customer service, they teach you, don't ever really let people know what's going on. Just, give them.
Fake it till you make it.
Right. Give them the smoke and mirrors because you don't want them to make it seem like there's a problem or, because they feel like on the back end, they can fix it. So it's like, no, don't alert anybody to a problem. So they're not going to say, oh, your flight's delayed because our pilot was drunk and we had to call in an extra. They're not going to say, our flight crew didn't check that. And so, that's why this plane, we need to deboard this plane and give you another one because it's not even ready to go. They're not going to do that because then they'd be giving out credits all over the freaking place. So what do they say?
Mm-hmm.
So what do they say? The weather patterns are too strong right now for us to fly. And then what do you get from everybody? Oh, well, thank God. Thank God you guys are meteorologists so that we're not in the air when there's lightning. Good thing we're on the ground. Get the F out of, listen, these are planes. They are made for severe weather. Okay.
Oh God, no! Listen, knock it off. Okay.
There she goes.
What do they do when you're in the? We're going through a little turbulence. Well, turbulence my ass an hour away to Newark. I'm down for the ride.
See, we talk that talk when we were on the ground.
Turbulence my ass.
You
back
wouldn't be
to Newark.
You wouldn't be talking all of that if you was in the air, 30,000 feet in the air. Now, people always complain about the airlines. People complain about their luggage, and people complain about the time schedule and the connection. And some of the folks on our group was frustrated for whatever reason. And my whole thought pattern is all of us are complaining about the wrong situations when it comes down to flying. The main person that we should be concerned about are the pilots. How do they feel? How do they feel in the morning? You don't know what these people are going through.
You're right. We don't.
You're worried about your bag and you're worried about your flight. What you need to be worried about is the pilot's mental condition when they wake up in the morning. But nobody thinks about that.
I'm sorry, did they not choose this profession and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to become that? I'm sure they're happy every day they get to fly. They don't even really be flying for real. They be putting that thing on cruise control. They just be sitting up there.
But whatever, whether you can minimize it all you want to, you still have to.
If I could come into my job and sleep for at least the first 2 hours, I'd be happy.
You got to understand that there is psychological problems with some people in life and every day, and they take it to their jobs. You could get a destroyed a pilot that doesn't feel good that day, that don't give a damn. I mean, he probably don't want to do nothing crazy to hurt nobody, but you still got to think about this person that's flying the plane. A lot of us take for granted the people who are actually flying the plane. You're more worried about your luggage, your connection, the meal on the plane, where you sit, where you're sitting on the plane, than worried about the person who's actually flying the plane.
Listen, if I were the pilot, I'd be more concerned about the disgruntled passengers on the plane, okay? I'd be worried about that. Anything can happen, especially on these planes with these people wilding out in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, okay?
But Cindy, I did some research for us to help us since we were delayed more than 9 hours in arriving to our original destination. So it says that passengers delayed 1 or 2 hours for domestic flights get 200% of their one-way fare back. And it caps at $1,500. So I think we're going to get our full compensation for that flight because we sat there for more than. Oh shoot! Well, let me look at international.
It was on an international flight. What are you talking about?
Okay. Similarly, international flights delays over 4 hours receive 400% of their one-way fare. So we're going to be okay. I think we're going to get the entire amount that we spent on the fare back.
I think you better write that letter, Cindy.
Oh, I just have to proofread and hit send. Make sure I use the right there, and there.
Everybody, I think Cindy's more pissed off than Tamiko is, I think. Tamiko, you're not.
I was mad the day of. I was definitely turning up the day of. I was pissed off. Because I don't like stupid shit. And that was just stupid.
Oh. All right, calm down. Calm down with the cursing.
My bad.
See, and everybody, these are two young ladies that flew business class. And even Tamiko had the nerve enough to send me a picture of them sitting in business class talking about, look at the ambiance of the life.
Sipping champagne.
Yeah, they put
champagne. And it took them 15 hours to get home. Now, everybody, welcome to the show, the place on earth where you get your morning started, right? Thank you so much for tuning in for our summer hours. So, Ultimate Soul Escape, July 21st through the 25th. Cindy J and Miss Miko did what they usually do when we go away. They left the property. Shawn Harvey and the rest of my crew didn't leave the property. We stayed there the whole entire time. You know, everybody, how I feel about these third world countries. I don't like to venture off too much. I don't give a damn about your culture. I come there to be get in the pool and do my job and go home. I've been all over the country and I've been to a lot of places and I couldn't tell you nothing about them because I don't give a damn. Now,
poor Tanya. She wanted to go off the property.
Cindy J and Miss Miko, they went out and got into a van.
Twice.
They left the property twice. I'll start with you, Miss Miko. How was your experience leaving the resort and going into the culture of Panama? Tell us, good people.
It was absolutely beautiful. The food was amazing. Me and Cindy, we jumped in an Uber and we took it downtown. Where did we go, Cindy? Casa de Viejo?
We went to Casa Viejo, which is like an old town tourist, like any major city's like Main Street or whatever. That was like what Casa Viejo.
So we took an Uber downtown and we walked, we took pictures, we experienced the culture a little bit, and we had the most amazing food and the best margarita in the world while we were there.
Right.
So that was good.
Right. So while they were doing all of that, we were on the resort. Special shout out to LaShawn Haynes Jones and her husband, LaShawn Brown Oliver. Michelle was there, her friend. Kathy Garrison in the building.
Kathy and her sister.
And her sister. Her sister, who actually lives an hour away in Panama. She came and hung out with us.
Yes.
And we truly appreciate it. And I appreciate it.
LaShawn and Beatrice.
Oh, yeah, Beatrice, right. Beatrice was there as well. And we had such a great time. Now, Friday, the first night we was there, And we just want to recap our Panama trip before we get into the show, guys. And welcome, only place on earth where you get your morning start right. We had the all white affair at the resort, right?
Yeah.
Uh, and obviously everybody was dressed in. Most folks were dressed in all white. They had it in the back room of the resort. Everybody complained about it was very hot, and there was no
It
air.
was very hot in Panama as a whole. Very
Yeah,
hot all over.
exactly.
Period.
That's what I was saying anyway. It was 90 degrees down. You're in Panama, it's gonna be hot.
No, usually in hot places, like I just felt like the AC could have been more prevalent. It was like everywhere we went, the AC was on low. Like, I don't know, we went to a local mall there and AC was it was like as we got closer, into the mall, the AC stopped working. And then
Right,
when we got into the Ubers, no AC. We would like, can you turn it up?
He's like, it's all the way up, man.
right, right. That's
He's like,
right,
no, it's not.
right. But see, that's exactly what you guys get. You think that here you go, you got abundance of AC here in America. They don't have all that AC popping
No, they
on this.
got that.
And even at the resort, the AC, even in our rooms, we had the AC that was really, you could feel the air. But also down in the ballrooms, it was the AC wasn't running full blast the way we used to have an AC. Now,
Word.
uh, the Jada Kids concert, right, was all that. And I thought it was a great concert. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Cheeks, who was the
JATA.
Mr. Cheeks was the surprise guest, and he came up. He went on stage and he did his thing, and everybody loved him, and everybody had love for Jada Kiss perform. Both of them actually stayed there the whole entire week with us. Uh, but the funny thing about it was we was up in VIP upstairs. Miss Miko was in VIP with me. I turned around and she was just standing there, and I was like, okay. And then one of the Ask Me folks that was one of the staff members of the Ultimate Soul Escape came over to me and said, there's another young lady that wants to get in the VIP, Shawn. Uh, I don't know if I want to let her in. She said she's with you. I said, who? And she pointed to Cindy. And I go, oh, yes, she's one of my cast members on my podcast. Let her in. She goes, Shawn, I don't know. I don't like her attitude, but she could only stay for 5 minutes.
What?
I said, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And then Cindy came running over. And I was like, Cindy, everything all right over there?
No, everything wasn't all right. Ask me how you invite the show to come and don't even know who the people are. That's why, girl. I'm trying to because I'm sitting there trying to figure out what's going on.
Right. I don't know. I
But
thought,
okay.
did y'all get into some kind of like discussion or debate about this?
Look at Cindy.
Obviously, Shawn.
So, but I
Because
did
why
what
are
I
you letting me in? Why? But at the end of the day, girl, why are you even acting like this is some like
Exactly, that part.
look where you're letting me into.
Right?
Like, so I don't even understand why we're having this much back and forth for the area that you had in the first place. So I'm trying to figure out.
that you can see all of us was no more than like 10 to 15 feet away from each other.
Right.
So it was like when I glanced over, I was like, oh yes, she's with me. But when she said she only could stay for 5 minutes, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. That's not cool. But when City came in, we stayed there, we took some pictures, we enjoyed the rest of the show, and everything was okay. But I don't think Cindy was going to leave the VIP area and come back in, because if that lady was still there, Cindy wasn't getting back
She
in.
wasn't getting back in. She had to stay put.
I left after he was done. I came in at the tail end of his performance anyway. I didn't even know y'all were up there. That's why I came. I was like, oh, okay, my friends are up there. I was downstairs. I was trying to get some relief from the hotness.
In that
I
hot
didn't even
box.
want to go higher because it was so hot. Heat rises. Girl, please.
All right, well, and then right, I had while Cindy and Tamiko were out and about in the town, going back and forth, and it was weird, guys. I didn't even really see Cindy and Tamiko almost the whole trip. Maybe in passing, we didn't see each other. And
We were
then
in the
that,
pool with you on Monday, Shawn. We spent the day in the pool with you on Monday.
yeah, but we were there since Friday, Thursday. We didn't even see that.
We saw you in passing on
And
Saturday.
then I saw Cindy. I saw Miss Miko at the block party event. She just waved at me like she didn't even know who I was.
We just came back from Panama
And I was
City.
like,
We
all
were
right, all right.
tired.
I was like, all right, this chick is
I
acting
said,
dope.
hey, Shawn.
Right. She hit me with the hey Shawn, like I was just somebody that she just knew from back in the day. I was like, all right, cool. You
Shawn,
doing your thing. I ain't even mad at you. I'm not
I
even mad
was
at
drained.
you. And then now we're having all this fun throughout the weekend. And I was having so much fun, Miss Miko, that the day of the comedy show, I woke up and I completely lost my voice.
That was terrible.
The whole day, between the laughing, the talking, the screaming, the freaking vape pipes, the whole thing, I lost my voice, and I tried my best to regain my voice, which I'm just getting it back a little bit this morning for the comedy show, and it never came back. And
Yeah,
you guys were there, and I still performed with no voice. And I would never do it.
And you killed it, Shawn. The show was really good. You killed it.
Thank you. I appreciate you on that. And then we all left. Now they all went on a yacht earlier in the day, which I thought that was weird. They do all these, there was too many events in one day, but that's an issue for them. But overall, I want to say shout out to Ultimate Soul Escape. We had a great time. Thank you so much for the hard work that you guys put into these events, and we truly appreciate you. And special shout out to Ray DeJean, who, he had a stroke 10 days ago, or maybe less than 2 weeks ago, and he wasn't able to make Ultimate Soul Escape. And he kept calling me and, what's going on and what's happening. And I was like, yo, bro, I think you need to get better and rest. It's all love. I'll give you a report when I get back. So shout out to Ray DeJean. Shout out to Ultimate Soul Escape. We had a great time, and hopefully we'll see you guys next year. All right, so that's it. All right, so it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. We're back. We're here. The show is live. Thank you so much. Put a number 1 in the chat room if y'all miss us. Put a number 2 if y'all don't give a damn. Put a number 1 in the chat room if y'all miss us. Put a number 2 if you don't. And I'm okay with that. Thank you so much.
Y'all miss us.
Put a number 1 in the chat room if you missed us. Put a number 2 if you don't. And let me tell you something. LaShawn Haynes Jones, I love this woman. Her and her husband had me on the floor all weekend, especially the times that we all connected with each other. I want to say if she's, I don't know, I'm not in the chat room, but if my sister, LaShawn Haynes Jones is in the building, God bless you. You and your husband, you guys are made for each other. Had me in tears while we were together. Those times that we were together, we actually ate dinner together and all of that, and we had such a good time. And thank you so much. And that's what this is about: connecting with folks, meeting folks, or having those everlasting relationships with people in the chat room and people that that we know and that you meet. And Kathy Garrison's sister, was a pleasure meeting you as well.
Yes. They were great.
And it was a pleasure meeting all the new folks and the folks that, you see each and every year, Ultimate Soul Escape. Okay, enough of that. Comedy in Harlem in September. And also we have this show out here in Bethlehem this Friday at Game Time, 1028 Broadway in Bethlehem, this Saturday night. Doors open up at 6, showtime 7. All right, Miss Miko, we're going to start with you.
No, don't start with me.
Okay, we go back. Okay, we go back to Cindy. It's fine. Hey, Miss Rigo, it's fine. I understand. It's fine. Okay. Miss Miko, Miss Miko,
Yes.
Miss Miko, I don't even want to go back to me. I understand. I understand. I get it.
Yes,
All right.
Sean, let's just keep going with you. Don't start with me either. Just
Oh,
keep going.
are you serious?
No, I'm just joking.
All right.
You know I stay ready. I always got something to talk about. I always
All
got
right.
something to say.
I know you
And if
do.
I
Go ahead.
don't, I'm gonna make it up.
And I want to say, you guys, you good before you start. You guys' tans look really good. Miss Miko, you too far away, but I can still see your tan.
My tan is layered, okay? I've been getting this tan since the first week in May, baby. Okay? This tan gonna last me till
We
the
was,
end of winter,
we
okay?
was, I was. 'Cause there was one point of the weekend that I was concerned about Cindy J because she didn't want to come out the room for a few hours,
Oh yeah, I remember that day.
and I
It was
was
too
thinking like
hot.
maybe,
She was over it.
but no, I thought maybe it was more a hangover, trying to get us, trying to get things together. But Cindy said that it was really too hot outside. But Cindy, I was really concerned for you. I just thought that, wait a minute. I hope this woman doesn't have an emotional breakdown in Panama.
What?
But was
Far
Cindy,
from
was it
that.
really too hot for you to come outside? Or was you okay?
Yeah, it was just, like me, like I like to do stuff. Like every day the same thing. Like I was telling Tamiko, I felt like I was on the cruise again. Like you need to switch it up, get it a little more something going on. So I was just like, what am I going outside for? To just sweat? I'm gonna just lay in my room and just chill out real quick. So that was it. It was just
Well, Miss
I don't
Miko,
like I like of course you want to be like hot, but hello, that's why I live in the Northeast. Like because I like it to be hot, a few sunny days, but like continuously hot like that. And I'm talking like you're just standing there, not doing anything, and you're like sweating bullets. Nah, I hate that.
well, I did, Miss Miko, I did feel the wrath of Cindy J throughout the weekend. My wife and I was sitting there chilling and having a good time, minding our business, but we was like collectively with a group having a good time. And here comes Cindy out of nowhere. She appeared out of nowhere like a David Blaine trick. She had the bottle of Hennessy
I was trying to get
or
y'all
a
to
cup of
drink.
Hennessy. She's gonna look at my wife and go, "Here, Tanya, girl, take a shot of Hennessy." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 chill. This woman don't be drinking Hennessy like that, bro." And then she gave her the Hennessy, and my wife threw back 2 shots of the Hennessy, cup of Hennessy, and like an hour later, she looking at me, ready to curse my ass out.
What?
And and
Thanks, Cindy. That's all
and,
Cindy's fault.
and I was like, all this is Cindy.
Nah. Tanya wanted to have she wanted to go off the property too.
And then after my wife get twisted, it's all of a sudden it's like, you already know, you already know, you already know. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, calm down.
That's right, Tanya. Get it in, girl. Get a drink. I got you, sis.
All right. Well, only person on earth where you get your morning started right. Good morning. We truly appreciate you guys, and we miss you guys on the show. And thank you so much. So, Cindy, let's get into front page news and what's going over there since Miss Miko is not ready. Miko, are you all right now? Are you over your trip right now? You back? You settled in? Did you
I'm
sleep?
glad to be back. Yes, I'm glad to
Did
be
you
back.
sleep all? Did you sleep all day yesterday?
I did.
I did as well. I was
I
done.
did.
Cindy, did you sleep all day yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
We
I
needed
slept
we
all
needed
day.
that.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
everybody needed that. All right, Cindy, what's going on?
Okay, well, there's a lot going on. There was a lot going on in the States while we were away. The first thing though that I'm gonna get into is LeBron James' son, Sonny. Oh no, I'm sorry. Bronny? Is that his name or is that just a nickname?
I think
His
that's his
name is
nickname.
Bronny.
I think his name is LeBron James Jr., right? If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, they keep referring to him as Bronny. That's a little weird to me. I don't like that. But anyway, um, LeBron James is currently solely focused on his son Bronny's rehabilitation after the 18-year-old suffered cardiac arrest actually on Monday during basketball practice at USC. The Los Angeles Lakers star has reportedly gone into full dad mode and is protecting his son in any way he can, making sure he gets the best care possible following the incident. LeBron is scared. A source close to them says that LeBron is scared and devastated with what has transpired with his son. The family is making sure he gets the best care possible as his well-being is the most important thing right now. Dr. Christopher
Time that we could have some clusters of
tonight
storms here in
and
the area.
said a condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which predisposes the heart to irregular rhythms, is the primary factor in a significant amount of cardiac arrest occurrences in athletes. Bronny's career may be in jeopardy if this is determined to be the cause, as it reportedly puts him at a high risk of sudden death. The New York-based sports cardiologist added that Bronny's family, the league, and ultimately his own appetite for risk will determine whether or not his career can continue. There was also some chatter online after Elon Musk alluded to the fact that him and other athletes who have been suffering cardiac arrest has been due to their COVID-19 vaccine exposure, which caused an outrage online with people going back and forth, arguing with doctors online and different stuff like that. So, yeah, but he's supposedly stable, in good condition, and just recovering. So, prayers up for Bronny.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, prayers up to Bronny James, I guess, right?
Yes.
Bronny James for having this, illness that landed him into the hospital. I would say this: I wouldn't take any chances with playing basketball. How old is this young man? Was 17, 18 years old? How old is he? Uh,
I
I,
think
I think
he
I
has to
think
be like 18 or 19, right?
yeah, he didn't even start playing. He's going to the University of Southern California as a freshman. All roads pointed to the NBA. All roads pointed to one of the top 20 collegiate basketball players that are coming into college for their freshman year. Bright future. Obviously, a good young man. I follow all of them on social media. I'm a LeBron James. I'm pro LeBron James. I love LeBron James. I love this whole movement. His wife is a beautiful person, a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
She's an African American queen. He's an African American king, and it's just on the outside it looks like a perfect family, but I think it on the inside it is. So, in saying all that, I say the thought of my child having a heart attack or just an imbalance in a heart rhythm, and the profession is being an athlete, I would refrain from my child playing basketball. Now, it's really probably up to him. I don't know what the laws are in the basketball bylaws or the medical bylaws that would say to prevent him to say, listen, you can't do this no more. But if he's able to play basketball again, I do understand that he probably want to go back out there and play again. But if this is something where it's a condition where you can't play basketball, I would retire from that because you just don't want to play with your heart and take a chance and have a heart attack while you're on the basketball court.
Right.
Now, what's that to say? Now, on the flip side of that, look at DeMar Hamlin from the Buffalo Bills, who suffered that massive heart attack on the football field after colliding with another player. He's back in training camp and ready to play football in a few months when the NFL season starts. So it's probably definitely, it's really up to the individual. LeBron James, if I was LeBron James, I would tell my son, sit your ass down. We're already rich. DeMar Hamlin DeMar Hamlin got to go to work.
What I want to know is when it happens again, are we still sending prayers up?
Now, no more prayers up. No more prayers. You're gonna
That's
get.
what I want to know. Y'all want to keep doing this?
Quiet.
No more.
How many prayers up? Because if it
No.
happens again, I'm gonna be like, oh well. You know what
Now
I'm saying? Prayers down.
you gotta put this face up.
I I only have so many prayers in me because the Lord already don't listen to me. So when I call on
But
him, I
you
need to make it count. And I
right,
don't know if I can be wasting it on celebrities.
exactly, and you need your own storage of prayers up for yourself.
Right.
Now,
Sean, I told you guys in Panama, I almost died at the foam party. And everybody's
And they were
laughing
like, "Hey,
about it.
Cindy," and she was literally choking, guys. She was going under. No one knew what was going on. We thought she was just being silly.
No, I was inhaling foam at an enormous rate and couldn't breathe. Okay. So I had to drown to live. I had to go underwater to save myself. So
Yeah.
I feel like my prayers were answered. So LeBron James, I'm sending good wishes to your son. Good wishes. I don't know if a prayer is gonna go up, but I will be sending good wishes until the rest of the year. That's
and
all I
notice
got.
back to City J's foam incident. All this happened in 4 feet of water. Now,
You ever heard of dry drowning? Yeah. Look it
Yeah.
up.
uh,
Look it up.
and listen, DeMar Hamlin, who doesn't have LeBron James money, this guy got to go back to work. Bronny Jr., LeBron James Jr., Bronny, he doesn't have to work another day. His father's a billionaire. This is generational wealth for real.
Exactly.
There's about 3 or 4 more generations of LeBrons that are not even born yet that are going to be millionaires.
Right.
DeMar Hamlin still got to go out there and tackle neighbors.
Right.
Bronny James, you're going to be good regardless. You could be anything you want in life at this point. But if this injury is so severe that you have to retire from basketball, you're going to be okay. That's why I would say to my son, you ain't got to do this. You don't have, there's another son. They have another son that's playing basketball. Let him take over the LeBron legacy of basketball players. They got another son that play basketball.
I didn't know he had another son.
And Bronny, you sit down and you create more wealth for your father that's already a billionaire. And that's the conversation I would have. I would say, listen, the other son, we make sure he's the best basketball player he could be, and carry on that name. And you sit in the front office and become rich. We're already rich, and so you can stay alive. So this is a win-win for Bronny Jr. or LeBron James Jr. I don't want you to go out there and play basketball no more. Your father's how many other billionaire kids you are? And matter of fact, will Bronny James live up to the legacy of his father or the other son? Because most NBA basketball players that are great, their sons are not as great as them when they go into the profession. Look at Michael Jordan's sons. None of them play basketball.
Right.
Trash.
You know how I feel about these sports anyway.
Sean,
But basketball is a good one.
Princess said Hank gathers. Y'all know I don't know sports. I don't know who these people are. He said Hank gathers, Reggie Lewis are examples to just chill. You're LeBron James' son. You'll be okay in life. I know that's easier said than done when you love the game. So I guess Princess is a non-believer that he's still going to play the game. Shout out to DJ BQ.
Now, Princess brings up a good point, and thank you so much, guys, for helping me. Rel Holla, I see you in the chat room. Reggie Lewis, basketball player for the Boston Celtics. I can't remember who Hank Gathers. I think he was a collegiate basketball player when he fell out. I can't remember. I think he went to the University of Las Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. Princess, please correct me. But they fell out as they were playing on the court, CJ. They were playing in the game. Reggie Lewis fell out and died, and Hank Gathers. They both died while they were playing.
Oh, they died?
Yes.
Oh.
They died on the court.
Oh, wow.
Because of these same symptoms that LeBron James Jr. had. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not worth them playing. Your father's a billionaire. Sit
And
back.
also, you have to check into what these kids is doing, when they're not on the court. You know what I'm saying? They be getting into stuff, taking stuff. You never know. So,
What are you saying? Bronny Jr. was taking something? A little cough medicine? What are you trying to say?
I'm just
But
saying,
they like those energy drinks.
energy drinks, alcohol, pills, other things, parties, taking. You don't know what these people are doing on their extracurricular time.
Put a number one chat room if you want. If there's
Adderall, snorting Adderall. Listen, these kids are doing anything to stay awake, to be faster, to do all this stuff. Just because you're somebody's son doesn't mean that you're not victim to peer pressure and other stuff like that. But we gonna find out later though.
that when that blood test come back, it's gonna find out everything. The blood never lies. That's one thing that's true.
The blood, la sangre.
The blood.
El Bloodo. El
Blood.
Bloodo.
Yo, Tamiko is going. Tamiko, you didn't take Spanish in school because her Spanish is on zero. What high
Mi
school
lamo
you went to?
is.
The blood. Hold on. The blood. Sharon, are you there?
You know I'm coming on. You know I'm coming on.
Hold on a second. Hold on, everybody. This is Sharon Barnes, our great friend of mine, also friend to the show for the Heart Foundation. She's in the building. And she said, I was going to call in because she's going to set it all straight for all of us.
Hey,
So
Sharon.
everybody, we're going to give the floor to Sharon. Go ahead, Sharon.
The girls drinking the energy drinks, have a cup of coffee. Calm down. No, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Yes. So this cardiac arrest that Bronny had is serious. Now, you don't have to take anything. You can be the healthiest person in the world. When the heart cuts off, it just cuts off. Now, this is, and I'm more than sure when it comes out a little more, this is more genetics than anything else. May not be the daddy, the mama, but it could be the grandparents. So there's something in the genetic gene line that would cause something like that to happen without doing anything. So cardiac arrest is different. When you go into cardiac arrest, the heart stops. It's different from having a heart attack. It's different from having a stroke. Those are different. Like I had a heart attack. My heart didn't cut off. His heart went completely off, and then they had to bring him back by, resuscitating, getting his heart pumping. Now, a lot of that, again, I want to make that very clear. It is genetic. You can look it up, and it will let you know. He could have been doing nothing. He could have been sitting here in the chair just talking, and bam, it would have happened.
Wow. See?
That's real crazy.
Right. So this could be genetics. It could be something from his grandmother, his great grandfather, anybody.
But
definitely. For us as African Americans, a lot of things that happen to us are genetic, right? 47 years I went undetected. Nobody even knew nothing. All of a sudden I had a heart attack one day. Bam, out of the clear. Healthy. I do nothing. I do nothing. I just laugh. I love comedy. I love listening to you guys. So I may have had a heart attack from laughing too much if I'm going to call it. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. But let me say, actually, Sharon, because the football player DeMar Hamlin, right? He's going to go back to playing football.
Mm-hmm.
Would you?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Would you suggest that these folks go back to playing? Okay, his heart stopped. Now it's back running again. It's restarted. First of all, what are the chances of this happening again? And secondly, Sharon, would it be a good idea for these folks to go back out there and start playing sports again? Because like Apprentice said in the chat room, Reggie Lewis and Hank Gavers actually passed away on the basketball court from a heart attack. So what do you think?
Right, so there's different levels, right? And of course, everybody has their own doctors. Now, DeMar Hamlin,
yeah,
his condition is in the hypotropic area. That's what a heart does, a whole bunch of different stuff. I would have waited for a year. I would have set out a year just to get yourself acclimated back, because guys are going to be scared to hit him. And it's not the hit that made him have to go into cardiac arrest. That's not what made him go into cardiac arrest. He would have went into cardiac arrest anyway. He could have took 2 steps to the bench and he would have went into cardiac arrest, because the heart was already stressed out from the blood flow. He had symptoms prior to this happening, but he had no idea what it was. He was probably like, oh, I'm just feeling a little dizzy, I feel a little lightheaded. You know, all of us do that. Sometimes you're like, oh, it's gas. Oh, my back hurt. I'm not sleeping enough. You know, we'll call it something else. When, if it happens frequently enough, 9 times out of 10, you need to get it checked. But if you don't know the signs, you're not going to do it. Right? So him, I would chill for a minute. Now, Bronny can go back, because Bronny went into cardiac arrest. His heart cut off and they pumped and they got it back. There's 2 different things there. There was no cloggage in there. There wasn't anything. That's how he got out of ICU very quick. So there's like 2, you know what I'm saying? It's 2 different levels. Damon, I would chill like I did. And then after that, then you get your way back. Now, for all of them, right, I'm telling you all right now, in their heads, they are scared to pieces. I'm telling you, they're thinking 1,000 things. Well, what if I sneeze? What if I don't? Like, your brain goes particularly crazy.
Right.
Me and Shawn,
Touchdown.
me and Shawn actually did that the other day. It wasn't the other day, it was like a few weeks ago, but we were talking about like how our heart can't take it. And we looked up how many beats per minute. And I think we said it's like 60 to 100, right? Sharon,
Right.
how many beats per minute? So let's think like, okay, since you're an adult, like 17, you can come. Like 17 or 18, like 17 or when you're 17 or 18, when you're an adult and your heart starts beating real fast or slows down a little bit, right? So if it's 60 to 100 beats per minute since you were like 18 years old, right?
Oh, yeah.
Till however old you are now, and it's like beating nonstop. That's a long time.
Yeah, you got like 6 billion beats in this lifetime. I'm just throwing out a number, but it's fascinating how when people have heart attacks like Sharon, they know every part of the heart now. They know the names, all the syllables to them. I find that fascinating. And when we did the comedy show for Sharon with her foundation, comedian New York King Talent and myself and a few others, Cindy, I was actually concerned because everybody in the audience had basically had a heart attack. Right. And they were all laughing and everything. And I was like, are they laughing too hard? Like, I was concerned, even for Sharon. I thought Sharon was laughing a little bit too hard. I was like, you calm down.
The doctor that was talking, he said, it was like this guy's talking like, you better not do this, do that, and be careful. So when you go through this experience, right? It's like anything else, right? You go get a haircut, you go get your weave, you get your wig put on, whatever it is, right? You want to learn what they did so you can do it, right? So when you have a heart attack, you want to learn what to expect the next time, because you always think the first year, you think you're going to have another one right away. Right? Because the doctors, they scared of the Jesus side. They really do. They be like, they were saying, you could have another heart attack. To tell me that when I just had one, had me on pins and needles. Another doctor was like, yeah, and he could have one too. Like, don't take that, don't take that literally, but know your family history. All y'all that are listening right now, you got to know your family history. If Aunt Becky, Aunt May, and Aunt Louise, if those 3 women had heart attacks, what are the chances of you having one?
Right.
And it may skip you. Look, I have 8 sisters and brothers. It skipped all of them and got me.
Right.
Hello? Right. Now my daughter, she has it's called perimyectomy, but it's with water, fluid grows around the heart.
Right.
Oh, my mom had that.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Because what happens is your heart starts palpitating. Palpitations are terrible. They really are. And it makes you feel like you're having a panic attack. But they're terrible because your heart beats real fast. And then it stops. You sitting there like, what the? It's like having a big O. You know what I mean, ladies?
Right.
I've had one of those. Yeah.
Well, Cindy J haven't had one of those in a minute.
Okay. But when you get one, when your palpitations start, like, yo, Sharon, what's wrong with you? But it don't feel good, but you know what I'm saying? It's the jolt of it all.
Now, Sharon, before we let you go, and let's clap for our friend. I can't clap. Hold the phone. Let's clap. We truly appreciate you. Give us give us some suggestions and some tips to prevent heart attack or heart maintenance, if you don't mind, to all our listeners.
Okay. Well, one of the things is, again, I'm gonna stress that know your family history, know your numbers. That means your blood pressure. I'm gonna say sugar. We don't normally say sugar, but you see that commercial, your A1C. That's your sugar.
Right.
But us black folks, we know, and the new people that just got here on earth, it's called your A1C. You want to know what that number is. You want to know those numbers. You want to know, every once in a while, get your blood pressure checked. And people always say, "Oh, I'm not stressed." The people that say I'm not stressed, yes, they are. And know how much you weigh when you get on the scale. Like they got digital scales now. You know, one that goes. Nobody's using that anymore. Get the digital scale. It's going to tell you. You might not like the number, ladies, when you look at it, but it's there for a reason, right? Change the batteries if you need, but get yourself a digital scale and look at that. I'll be 60 this year,
Wow.
and my numbers are. As you start getting older, your numbers start becoming real important. I want to live to like I'm 100 and something, 110 years old. That's not abnormal. It's actually normal because if you look in the Bible, people lived till it was 150. We get shocked now when we say somebody, oh, she's 107. God bless her. That's what she's supposed to be at. We just dying early because we can't make 15. We can't make 18. We can't make 20. Right. We can't make 23. Because we're not taking care of ourselves. You hear them always say, eat a lot of green fruits. You can eat a lot of green fruits if you want to. But if you ain't got your numbers right, all the green fruits is going to do nothing but be your grave. So you want to do that and keep laughing. Keep get a good belly laugh every day. Get on this radio show. These ladies and gents, they gonna make you laugh. They gonna get that in you. You know what I mean? Have some great sex. Do joyable things. At least if you conk out, if your heart stops, at least your toes can say, "I got me one." All right?
Right.
Exactly. Quit that job. I keep telling y'all, leave that toxic ass.
Right. Sharon. You are amazing, and you're just the godsend for calling in this morning and sharing your spirit, strength, and hope. And we truly appreciate you. And what I'm getting at with what I'm getting from with Sharon is also talking about. Look, her energy is infectious. You see, you hear her energy. You hear she wants to live. She I know we all want to live, but some of us really want to live. And that's what I'm getting from her. Put a number one in the chat room if you really want to live.
Facts.
Word, left. And don't forget, folks, if you need any information on heart disease and knowing your numbers, knowing facts, any information, you can always visit my website, theheartspeaks.org. The Heart Speaks. And when your heart speaks, you should listen. But theheartspeaks.org, The Heart Speaks on Instagram, The Heart Speaks on Facebook, and just have a look. You can email me. I'll reply to your emails. If anybody want to make any donations, we are nonprofit. So everything that we do is what we put in. We put it back out there into the universe. But more important than anything else, we're more interested in help saving lives, especially for the African American community, the Black folks community, the American community, but minorities, especially the minorities, Black and brown. I don't know what these colors is going with because you got to be careful these days. Somebody call in and say I was being colored something or another. But anyway, black folks. All right, I'm gonna call y'all black folks.
Right.
Look, that's what we
Neighbors,
is.
this
We
is for
black
you.
folks.
Sharon, you are on point this morning. All right, listen, everybody in the chat room. This is what I want. This is a directive from your fearless leader. I want everybody in that chat room to at least donate $5 to Heart Speaks Foundation right now. Sharon, stay in the chat room so you can give us the information. Everybody in that chat room right now, including Cindy and myself and Miss Miko, minimum $5 to the Heart Speaks Foundation. Sharon, if you don't mind, could you go into the chat room and let them know where we could send you? We're gonna donate right now. Okay, everybody in chat room, get ready. Sharon, I want you in there, and so we can all donate. I want everybody to donate at least $5 minimum to her foundation that helps other people with heart attacks and research and knowledge, especially for minorities and brown and black folks. So, Sharon, we're gonna let you go. Stay in that chat room. Everybody, I want you to donate at least $5. Okay.
All right, thank you guys.
Right.
God bless you all, and you know I'm here.
All right, peace.
Bye, Sharon.
That's so sweet.
Let's clap for Sharon Barnes, man. Come on. All right, Cindy, let's keep it going. Check those numbers.
Yeah, those numbers are important.
Yeah. See what's up with
I
Barnes.
don't even know what my numbers are supposed to be.
Well, you gotta check your numbers. Cindy, you gotta check your. She just said again. Cindy, what's your?
I have no
you gotta check
idea. I'm ready. Listen, this thing can go out any minute. Okay.
Cindy, we don't want that to happen. Go. When was the last time you checked your blood pressure?
It's above me now.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Shout out to Michael Grasty. He said, Black people, go and get a physical. When something don't feel right, go to the doctor. Stop listening to family and friends who has some type of symptoms so they think they can now diagnose you. Go to the doctor now. Shout out to Michael Grasty.
Ooh, Michael Grasty.
That's right. If your cousin is diagnosing you got problems.
You got problems, yeah.
You got to go to the Cindy. I want you to go check your blood pressure at least. When the last time you did that?
Google is free. Well, no, I think my blood
You
pressure.
said Google is free? Did you just say
no?
Google?
But you know what? Everybody says go to the doctor, but let's not forget, healthcare in this country is not accessible to everyone. Nobody can. There's a lot of people who don't have insurance. I think it's like 1 in 5 people like don't have insurance. Medical.
Cindy, you could go anywhere to get your blood pressure checked.
You go to CVS and it's free.
You go to CVS and do that for free.
Okay. Well, some people don't know. And then what if it's high? What are they gonna do?
They're gonna go to the hospital.
And do what? Get into debt?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
People make fun of it, but that's why people aren't going to the doctor. That's why people use WebMD, because they don't have the opportunity. Or
the only thing you got
can't work. I'm just saying. People speak from an area of privilege, but if our healthcare system and things were at where they need to be, then it would be more accessible, and people could have the luxury of going to go do that.
Let me tell you something.
I feel for people that don't.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna share this before we move on.
Yeah. Wow.
When I was running around years ago and running around dirty without no health insurance, and because there's been times in my adult life that I didn't have health insurance for whatever reasons. And then when I was sick, Cindy, I didn't give a damn. I went to the hospital, I went to the emergency room, bill me later. I didn't pay for it. I didn't care. Because even if I took that philosophy, or I can't go, I don't have no insurance, you're right. That's how people fall out and die. I'd rather grapple with a bill. I'd rather be alive to grapple with a bill than not go to the hospital and die because I was worrying about how I was going to pay for it. So you're right. But in this country, they are not going to reject you medically if you walk into an emergency room. There's no way. There's laws that protect the American folks for that. You just can't.
But they're not going to let you see a doctor because you're saying I've been dizzy for the past month. They're going to be like, go see your primary care physician. They're gonna
No,
take you
the
in the
ER, I mean-
emergency room if there's something wrong with you.
No, you'll be waiting for 2 days, but they'll definitely gonna let you see a doctor.
They
It's
gonna
free to
let
go
you
to ER.
They gonna let you see a doctor, Cindy.
Yeah,
There's
they
no
are.
way in this country that you walk into an emergency room at any hospital and they're gonna say, "Nah, go turn around, go back." They're not gonna do that to you. I seen this happen to me.
Okay.
I mean, I got insurance today. Thank God for Jesus.
Okay, y'all got all the answers. No, everybody just needs to go to the emergency room every day for their ongoing care. Cool.
Right.
Okay, so
Whatever,
the
Cindy.
next
Whatever,
door.
Cindy. Whatever.
I mean,
Miss
that's the
Miko,
answer, right? Just go to the emergency room for your ongoing care, y'all.
I
It don't matter.
I don't like your tone, young lady. Miss Miko,
What's up?
That's the
do
answer.
you know when the last time you checked your blood pressure, young lady?
It's high. I checked it a couple of months ago.
A couple of months ago, and it's high?
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, thank you for your honesty. Why is it taking you so long to check your blood pressure? What's wrong with you?
I'm actually going today, Sean.
Thank
I'm actually
you.
going when I'm done with the show. I have a 10 o'clock doctor's appointment today.
Let's clap.
Yeah.
Miss Miko, you can't be running around with high blood pressure from 2 months ago and just like it's high, knowing that it's high. 2 months done went by.
It's high. It's always high. Every time I go, it's high.
Why?
I think I eat too much salt.
Okay. Well,
I think
thank
that
you.
may be the problem. But it's always high.
Cindy,
Don't
is
ask
your
me the
blood
numbers. I don't know the numbers, but every time I
okay?
tell Mike, he's like, "What's wrong with you?" Oh my God, he freaks out.
That's so
Well,
funny.
thank you for your honesty. You got to work on that.
I will.
Cindy, is your blood pressure high? At least when the last time you remember checking it, was it high?
No, my blood pressure has always been good. My heart's always been good. The only thing they tell me about is my liver.
Well, I don't mean to brag and boast of a man that's 58 years old, because that's equivalent to 5,000 years in dog years. Man, my blood pressure is always sexy. It's always good. 120 over 80, 117 over 78. My blood pressure is always normal. Thank God for Jesus on that, because I ain't stressing myself over nothing. Miss Miko, give us a detailed report tomorrow. Guys, we'll be back on the air tomorrow. Miss Miko, detailed report. And do you really think that you're eating too much salt?
Yes.
Okay, thanks for your honesty. Potato chips, what you doing? You put the salt on the food? What are you
Salt
doing?
on everything. Before I even taste it, I'm throwing the salt on there.
Right, so you
It's a
put
bad
salt
habit.
in.
I got to work on that.
I just think it's because you're like me. When you eat out a lot, that really is it. I don't think it's necessarily the additives, but when you eat out a lot, different places, they cook with so much, oil, salt, all that other extra stuff that you really don't need, that if you were probably cooking at home, you wouldn't be getting. Because first of all, you don't even really eat that much. And
I
you
do.
kind of eat okay. So I think it's like you're eating out a lot too,
Cindy,
probably.
Cindy, this is a woman that's putting salt in her cereal. You just heard what she said? She's putting salt on everything, Cindy. She's having an honest moment right now. This is a vulnerability moment for her.
Right. I'm being
She's
very
being
vulnerable with you
transparent.
guys.
It's very hard for Ms. Miko to be transparent. She's being transparent right now.
What do you mean
This
it's
woman,
hard for me to be transparent? I'm always transparent. What do
this
you mean?
woman is being honest to the core right now. She's putting salt on everything. She's pleading for help right now, Cindy. We have to help her.
Too far short.
Well, she had 2 deep fried fishes with me, so
Yeah, they were good.
I didn't know anything was going on. Apparently.
You see how you with somebody all the time and don't really know what's
It
going on?
was fish. It was
Oh.
fish. It should be good, even though
Miss
it was
Miko,
deep
did you
fried.
have any salt this morning?
I didn't eat yet.
So you're fasting. That's
but
good.
I will when I make that pot of grits when we get off. Definitely added some salt and butter to that.
Can you eat okay, wait, hold on a second before we move on. Wait. Do you put the salt and the pepper in the grits, or you just put the salt?
Just the salt.
So, Ms. Miko, why don't you switch up and just put the pepper in the grits and eliminate the salt?
Pepper don't got no flavor.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Pepper really don't got no
Yeah,
flavor. I don't know why people put pepper on stuff.
It's pointless.
What type of salt are you using, Ms. Miko?
Regular table salt. I don't use Himalayan salt. I use regular More
That
unstable
iodized joint.
Yes,
You using that 99-cent joint?
absolutely. In a big ass pan. Yes, that's the salt I'm using.
You doing this? You
All day. That's what I'm doing.
Cindy and everybody in the chat room, we got to help Miss Pico. Miss Pico, oh man. All right. Well, thank you for your honesty. We got to help you. Why are you putting salt on the grits like that? What's going on with you?
I like salt and cheese in my grits.
Salt and cheese.
That's the only way I'll eat them.
Oh, God.
I'm about to make them in a minute.
Can't you just eat the grits with just some salt and a little bit
Absolutely
of butter?
not. Unless I have bacon. If I have bacon, I won't put no salt in it because the bacon be salty AF. So if it's bacon, I'm not going to put no salt in there if I'm eating bacon that morning.
I love eating bacon. How often do you eat the bacon?
Like 3 times a week.
Right.
Yeah.
How often do you eat the bacon?
Pico, I'm not mad at you. I'm a pork eater. I've been a pork eater for
Swine
58
meat,
years.
please.
Yeah, that's right. And if you're not pork eaters in there, you can kiss my black ass. I don't care. I'm a pork fan.
The flavor's in the pork.
Right. But exactly. If you, and we already talked about this, if you eat turkey bacon, there's actually something wrong with your mental life.
It's
All right,
plastic.
Sydney. Everybody,
Have you
Miss
ever
Rico,
had beef bacon? That's really good.
I don't like beef bacon. I like beef sausage. I don't like the bacon. It's
Beef
too
bacon
thin when
is
you
good.
fry it up.
What? The beef bacon that I got was really thick and it was really good. You should get the thick cut one then. I got it from a butcher. That joint was, I was like, this is a cow?
well,
Because this is great.
put a number 1 in the chat room if you're eating the beef bacon. But I want to know, guys, are you putting salt on the grits? Or you putting pepper on the grits? Or you putting both? I'm a pepper guy. So when I make the grits, I like to put some pepper in the grits and a little bit of butter, and I'm good. Cindy, when you eat the grits, what are you putting on your grits?
I mean, I'll put the salt and pepper, but I just put pepper with the salt because I feel like people do that, but I don't taste anything. I'm with Miko on that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put salt and butter.
So Miko, when you put enough salt in the grits, does it hit your brain? You're like, oh, that's it. That's what we. You go like this.
Yes. Yes.
Things need
Salt, cheese, and butter. And it's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist. That'd be the wrist. The wrist.
But why us black folks love to throw the cheese in the grits? I don't understand that. Like, why do we do it? I understand that I've done it. I get the flavor. I understand it. But it's like putting cheese in oatmeal. Like, why do us black folks gotta take the cheese and throw it in the grits? I still understand that.
Because it's nasty without it.
Right.
Like, try eating it plain. People that scare me that eat their grits with nothing in it. It's less like the people that eat cottage cheese. Like, what the hell?
There's
Or
nothing
Greek,
wrong with cottage cheese and some saltine crackers.
no, or
Very
Greek
good.
yogurt. Like, people eating any of that stuff plain is like, I don't know, or black coffee. Like, I don't know where y'all come from. I don't know what y'all are eating. I don't want to know. And it sounds like a very terrible existence. I will not eat any of those things plain. And I've never eaten cottage cheese. That just looks like a problem.
No, it's very good.
It don't taste like nothing.
That's why you need the saltine crackers.
Shout out to DJ BQ, man, from Brooklyn. Did his thing over the weekend at Ultimate Soul Escape, man. Truly appreciate you, brother. And your talents, and hopefully we'll see you soon, but God willing, we'll see you at the next Ultimate Soul Escape. So truly appreciate you. So before we move on, so Miss Miko, the saltine crackers, that's one of your favorites?
Yeah, with the cottage cheese. If
Do
I'm
you feel
putting
like
cottage
having
cheese, I'm dipping it in saltine crackers.
Cindy, do you see the glee on Miss Miko's face when we talk about salt? Look at her. Do you need a spoonful of salt right now?
No, I
I'm
don't do
looking
that.
at her sideways right now.
I don't do that. No.
All right, let's move on. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. We truly appreciate you. You know what I'm gonna say? Summer editions. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cindy, what else you got before we move on?
To get into some front page news really quick. Um, New legislation is guaranteeing California foster youth a free college education. Way to go, California. Governor Gavin Newsom signed the matter, which is called Fostering Futures, into law earlier this month. The legislation was authored by Senator Angelique Ashby of Sacramento. In a statement, the she noted that the agreement marks $25 million to make college debt free for foster youth. These funds will allow foster youth to have 100% of their unmet needs covered, and the other aid is applied as housing, books, tuition, and food. Far too many foster youth want to go to college and are unable to afford it. This funding will ensure that California's most vulnerable young people can take agency over their lives by seeking higher education. Further saying this bill provides hope that they can attend college without crippling debt, taking one critical step toward our state's goal of making college attainable for all. Regarding some barriers, she noted how only 4% of former foster youth obtain a 4-year degree. She said, however, this initiative increases the likelihood that foster youth can reach their educational goals. To improve these statistics, the legislation allows foster youth to attend any institution in the Cal State, University of California, or California Community Colleges systems for free. A former foster youth who heads a nonprofit called the People's Association of Justice Advocates said this is a tremendous victory for foster youth across California who wouldn't want to go to who wouldn't want to go to college for free. And especially when you're in these situations many of us have been in, when you lose your parents, you don't have the support from the system, you're trying to make it through all these different challenges, and then you have to pay for college as well. So shout out to California for signing that into law. So I
Well,
guess if you're a foster youth, you need to go to California if you
right,
want to go
right,
to college.
and how progressive the state of California is with Governor Gavin Newsom, who I think should run for president. I really do. This is a man, a politician who policies affect the everyday residents of California. Shout out to Governor Newsom. But when I want to say, I want to go back, just backtrack real quick, back to Ultimate Soul Escape. I want to give a shout out to the ladies at Ultimate Soul Escape, everybody that showed up, and I tell you why. The women are dominating the market. There were 80% women there, 20% men. This message goes out to the fellas, and I don't care if you're single, you're in a relationship, whatever your status is. Fellas, the women are outspending us 2-1. Where are you, fellas? Why are you not going on these trips? Why do I see groups of women on the trip having a great time, socializing and spending their money and partying and drinking in groups? And I don't see groups of men. I saw maybe one or two separate groups of fellas, like just one, two guys, not three or more. I want to talk to all the fellas out there in the world. What's going on? Why are you not outside? Why are you not spending money and going to these events?
Because they're broke.
Whoa.
These men have no
Wait a minute.
money and
Cindy,
they worried about women coming after their money that they don't have.
wait a minute.
Wow.
Cindy, calm. Now your blood pressure's going to go up. Wait a minute.
You know why they're not outside? Because they're broke.
Fellas, don't
Oh,
hide.
no. I'm sorry. It's the man. It's child support. That's why the baby moms is all outside, right? Because they're taking off their child support.
Fellas, we have to get it together.
Word, talk to him, Shawn. Tell him.
Fellas, I'm out here by myself like Gilligan's Island, like the rest of us men. There should be no excuse, regardless of what your financial situation is. If you have a regular income in America, you have 12 months to save up to go away for the 5 days. There's no excuse, fellas. Even if you don't have no money, even if your brother, City said broke. I think that was very harsh for her to say that. I don't think most men in America are broke.
They have no disposable income.
And I totally disagree with you as well.
Or
fellas,
they have no credit because you can put it on a
fellas,
card.
Fellas,
so what do you think it is, Shawn? What is it?
Fellas.
They're not going to college. They're not getting good jobs. What does that equate to? Broke.
No, I totally disagree. And honestly, sometimes education has nothing to do with this. People making billions of dollars on YouTube videos. Now, my whole thing is this, fellas, what is the mentality of it? Why are you shying away from having a good time? What happened to 5 to 7 men back in the day taking trips? Where are you, fellas? Is it a mental situation? I don't think it's more of a financial situation. I think it's something mental. I think that us men are discouraged to go out anymore.
Shawn, Michael Grassi said it's uninterrupted side chick time.
Look at Cindy's face.
Michael!
I don't think that's happening either.
Yo.
I know what it is. It's lack of
fun. Fellas, I'm not gonna. You hear Cindy J. You hear her barking right now. You hear
lack
what she's saying. You hear what she's saying. Fellas, let's prove the Queen Cindy J wrong.
Please.
We're not broke.
Where are they?
We're not broke, fellas. Fellas, we are not broke. Fellas, just plan it out.
Oh, it's planning.
Yeah, it's planning.
You think it's because they don't know how to work a calendar?
Yeah, it's planning.
Me and Nico can plan a trip right now.
But fellas,
and be going tomorrow.
And be gone tomorrow morning.
Fellas, if your paper's light, plan something for next year. Come to Ultimate Soul Escape next year. Just plan it out. If your paper's light. Now, most men have money. They could just drop the payments or whatever they want to go and leave. I get it. It's a small percentage of men that can do that. Most men can't. But fellas, we need to get back on the scene. We need to go out. We need to go out in packs. There's got to be 7 of us, 10 of us that collectively to go to these trips. I know I must be speaking to the wall with this, but fellas, we can't have 80% of these women in the marketplace out here dominating the whole financial situation while there is no men in the landscape. Why am I at a resort and it's only 20 men there and 380 women?
The women are taking over everything. Rap. Travel, school, housing. Where are the men at?
Yeah. Men, we can't surrender our throne like this, fellas. I beg of you. I'm a man. I'm all man. I'm with you. I'm about this life. I'm about men life. Fellas, let's all get together collectively and have 30 of us go out on these trips. We can do it.
I'll put it together for you.
DJ B.
They need a strong black woman to lead them to the trip.
DJ BQ, myself, and LaShawn Haynes Jones' husband can't be the only 3 men on the resort.
Oh my gosh.
Please, I beg of my brothers out there, even if there's a financial challenge, please put aside a few dollars so we can go away and go on these trips. These women are out here busting our asses, fellas.
How are they going to eat, Shawn, if they put a couple dollars away for the trip? How are they going to eat?
It's all inclusive, fellas. Just get yourself there. Just get yourself there. And you would be pleasantly surprised. You'll have a good time. If it's all inclusive, fellas, let's start that way. Let's start with an all-inclusive program, so we know if we get to the location and we have no money, we can't go nowhere. At least you can eat. But we need to get men. We need to get back.
BJBQ said that they can't get a passport if they owe child support. Is that true?
Yes, that is true. If it's a certain amount of money that you owe in child support and which state you live in. I think in Pennsylvania it's $2,500. New York, it might be $10,000. I don't know, but different states have different amounts. And even if that's the case, so even if you can't travel internationally, then travel domestically. You can go to take a trip to Miami. That doesn't cost nothing. How much is, Miss Miko, could you look up a flight for me for 2 months from now from Miami to fellas, Miami.
September.
Fellas, I think, let's start with Miami.
Let's start domestic. Okay.
Let's start. I'm talking to the men. Women, I'm not even talking women. You don't even gotta, you can bail out of this conversation. I'm talking to the men. Fellas, let's start with a trip with Miami from Newark Airport.
Let me stay in a woman's place.
Thank you. Fellas, I don't know how much that costs. Let's do a weekend in Miami. Let's do a weekend in Miami. Let's just walk down South Beach. Let's go to a basketball game. Let's get a hotel. Let's just hang out for 3 days in Miami. It could possibly cost that much. You could save up $100 a month, and in the 4th month, you could go to Miami.
Kwani Kwan said Miami costs more than the international.
No, Shawn, actually, a nonstop from Newark to Miami is $138, leaving September 14th and coming back September 18th.
Okay,
you guys
right.
tap in. What's up?
Okay, let's stop right there. How much is that? How much is that? How much is that again?
$138.
Okay, find me a hotel. Find me a hotel real quick.
One moment. Un momento.
Thank you so much, young lady. Fellas, let's start there. Let's start with Miami. As a matter of fact, fellas, if you need me to go with you to add on as another man, your boy Harvey's here for it. I want 5 of us, 10 of us to just take a man trip. Let's get back on board, fellas. We can't have these women out here living their best. All I see is women on Instagram and Facebook living their best life on trips. Why am I seeing all of this, fellas? I never see, put them on chat room if you see Instagram, 5 dudes on a yacht or by the beach or living their best life. I don't see that.
Shawn, it's lit at the Fountain Blue, which is a very nice hotel in Miami. It's $671 per traveler for a 4-night stay. Newark to Miami, $671.
Wait, $671 to stay in the hotel?
It's $671.
Whoa.
$671 per person for 4 nights on Miami Beach.
Is that food included?
No, there's no all-inclusive in Miami.
Okay, hold on.
That's your flight in your hotel.
Miss Miko, I'm trying to get some men. I need a hotel.
Blue, girl.
No, well, Miss Miko, let's start with the $79, $80, $99 hotels first. I'm trying to get a group together. You scaring off the men.
$79 with the red.
Yes, Miss Miko, this is real. No.
All right, let me go down to the 1 stars.
Miko, find them a Wyndham or something. Find them a Holiday Inn Express.
Right, us men don't care. We don't care about that. We need 79.
The Holiday Inn Express is $348
for the weekend.
Airfare and hotel, $348.
Wait, airfare and hotel?
Yep, Holiday Inn Express.
Okay, and where's that? Is that in Miami?
Yes, it is.
Fellas, how much is that again?
$348.
And that's with the flight?
That's with the flight. It's with JetBlue.
Oh, okay, great. $348 a day.
No, for the whole trip.
Oh, okay, good.
That's the total.
Fellas, $348. We can do this.
And they have breakfast.
And they got breakfast.
And breakfast is included. Yes.
How much does it cost to Uber from the airport to this hotel?
One momento.
Thank you. Fellas, thank you, Ms. Miko. I appreciate you. Fellas, we need to start this movement again. Listen, I love the ladies that are living their best lives and taking pictures on social media, taking these trips. Fellas, we need to start posting pictures of us.
It's $26 from the airport to the hotel.
So, fellas, it's $400 so far. $400 gets us the flight, the hotel for the weekend, and the Uber to the hotel from the airport. $400. We can do this, fellas. Okay, and let's take another $200 for spending money. $600. All right, and then go to the liquor store and get your own liquor. Okay,
Right.
so, fellas, this is a $700 trip for the weekend going to Miami
In September.
in September of 2026. Fellas, can we do it? Can we spend $700? Just us, just 10 of us. I'm thinking about starting a men's travel group right now because we need to go. We need to regain some of this, some of our financial freedom. We need to go away, fellas. It's only $700 to go to Miami.
Well,
Okay,
shout out to DJ BQ. He said that the men are going out. They're going on trips to DR. I hear they're going to Colombia and different things like that. They're the passport bros, Shawn. But I don't think they're going for sun and fun.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so either, DJ BQ. We know why they're going to the Dominican Republic.
So they can't Instagram that. So maybe
Right.
they are traveling. You just don't see it. That's what it is.
But fellas, I'm just saying this. I'm just saying, let's regain some of our, as men, let's regain some of our just manhood and go on a trip. We can't have these women out here dominant. Women are beating us 31-17. This is too much.
In every area of life.
This is too much.
But we're mad.
But we are getting our asses whipped out here in these streets, fellas. And a matter of fact, if we get a chance to go out collectively as a group, it'd be a good look for us. For the optics, for the way you feel, we just need to start going out. I'll go to tons of events, and it's just dominated by women. If it wasn't for the women, I wouldn't be getting paid.
The women love your boy
90% of the
Harvey.
women come to the comedy show. Fellas, where are you? And the only reason why you're there is because your woman wants you to come out. She dragging your ass out because you wouldn't even want to be there.
Right.
Fellas, I plead, it's your uncle. I'm pleading to you. Please, let's step outside. Let's live our best life like these women are. She immediately yelled out that we're broke. Fellas, we are not broke. Some of us are, but we are not broke. And we don't want to be tagged as being broke, fellas. And even if you are broke, save up that money so you can go out.
I used to be there and I got out. I fought my way to the top. And now I'm here.
All right, one last thing before. You know what? Matter of fact, I think we're done. Great show today, guys. We truly appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow, God willing. Thanks. Special shout out to Sharon Barnes from Heart Speaks Foundation. We truly appreciate you.
Yeah, Sharon, I love her. And I'm surprised because Sharon, she's such a small woman. That heart, you don't got much work to do. You don't got that much blood to circulate. Sharon's small. Stop it. Sharon, tell your heart stop acting up. You're not even big for it to be acting up like that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Sharon. And guys, don't forget, if you're out here in the Lehigh Valley, we got the Big Comedy Show this Saturday at Game Time Sports Bar and Grill, 1028 Broadway, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Doors open up at 6, showtime 7. And also in New York City, we're back at Comedy Harlem on September the 7th. Y'all come on out. We're going to have a great time. Cindy, before Miss Miko give her last words, Cindy, I'm going to yield my time to you with your pre-last word before the last word.
I totally forgot. I don't have a last word. Just you guys go out there and be the best you can be today.
That's horrible. All right, Miss Miko, go ahead.
My last word is for all of those fellers that don't want to travel. You want to work, work, work. Just remember that jobs fill your pocket, but adventures, they fill your soul.
Okay.
Don't be laughing at my last word. That's a good one.
I will say, where do you get these from? You just like had it ready? Like, who says that? These
Like she
are all
pulled it
her
out.
old captions.
Like she pulled it out of the back pocket. Like, okay, here's the last word. Well, one more time, Miss Miko. That was dope. Go ahead.
Jobs fill your pockets, but adventures fill your soul.
Good. All right. All right, guys. Hopefully we had a great show. Thank you so much, Cindy J, Miss Miko, it's your boy Harvey. Have a great day. We love you to death, and we are out of here. And we see you guys tomorrow. Let's go. All right, come on.
Let's go. Bye, guys.
Later.